Welcome to another episode of Gratitude Art Journals. In this journal spread, I had so much fun because it was the first time I was using brown paper. I used brown paper in the past with different collages, paintings, but not an entire journal book. And so for me, it challenged me in using the colors, the shapes. It affected everything. It affected what the markers looked like when you use them. It affected what some of the see-through collage papers look like. And I really enjoyed that. And I was able to play with a lot of elements. Also really playing with the white paint pens to pull out some of those highlights and different colors of the collage, but also in the brown of the brown craft paper. So that was a lot of fun. And I think it really expanded my creativity, as it was very different than using a white background. Most of my journals are white paper. And so here I use, just like in the other journals that are just thin paper, because the paper is thin, so it doesn't really, it's not used for like watercolor and heavier materials, but I use a lot of markers and paint pens, which I absolutely love. And also collage, but thinner papers, again, like magazine paper and tissue paper, etc. And just really explored. I did things that I didn't even expect that I would do with color combinations, shapes, forms, So I'm really enjoying it. And then I had an entire pack of stickers. And I've never used stickers before. It just brought me back to my childhood when I had huge binders full of stickers and I used to trade it with my friends, etc. at school. So it was lovely. In this one, I love doing this. And this was an exercise I did with some kids in a class where I cut out different scenes or strips from magazines, and then you extend it. You extend what you think that landscape would look like, or you add things to it. And I really have been doing that in my journals and enjoying it immensely. So some of these I have done where I extended a magazine image and just kind of created an environment around it. And again, the paint pens work really lovely with this. And the white stands up against darker colors, and I also love using the gold too. And the gold kind of matches with the brown of the craft paper. So that was lovely. Oh, here I am practicing my calligraphy. I mentioned this before, how I've always wanted to do calligraphy, and I've never been good at writing. And I think that was the best one I've done. I couldn't believe it. My sister saw it and thought that it was an actual like sticker or something that I got from a book, but I actually did it. And so practice makes perfect, guys. So, so I'm really improving with my calligraphy. Here again, another image. Now I had this in my stash of collage, the top of a tree. I don't know why. I think I cut something off and had no trunk, but I loved the colors. And so I stuck it down. And then I drew on with paint pens the trunk of the tree and some of the branches. And then I just highlighted, dots and dashes all around. I continued on the other page, practicing my calligraphy, which I'm so proud of. This really came out great. And practice really makes perfect. But I did it again, and I did not like what it looked like. So I really have to take my time and think about it and keep practicing. That's what the journal is all about. And again, I have stickers, those beautiful stickers. So this book was all about using my stickers, or maybe using an image of a magazine as a starting point. And which I loved, because usually when I teach students about journals and they ask, where do I start? I usually tell them, start with a background. You start with a background, then you can develop and build on it. But this is quite a challenge when you start with an actual image or a sticker or whatever with one point, and you have to then go from there. And so that was a challenge to see, well, how can I go from there? Usually when you extend it, that's a good starting point, and see what happens. So I put down this sticker here, never stopped looking up, didn't know what I was gonna do. And then I just started to splash some paint and inks, and I decided, oh, it's kind of looking like a night sky. So stop looking up, but never stop looking up. And up is the sky. So I decided to do that and then have some journal entries on the side. Another page of bold markers. Here I am rearranging my lovely tropical hibiscus. As I mentioned before, I vacationed in my home country of Trinidad, and I was filled with creativity. The weather was beautiful, there was flowers everywhere, beautiful trees and plants. My mother's garden was blooming, and so I just got a lot of inspiration. And so these are all developing. Again, the sticker went on first. I then went over and over, and then I wrote and I like to journal in different ways like that. So there you have it.